I've been trying to get a hold of you, man.
I heard some things and I just thought I should check on you.
What's the news?
TK, dog, like where the hell are you? Do you know what's going on out there?
Checking up on you again for like the 100th time today.
Hey yo, my boy TK, Doug. So tell me what's good, Doug.
We've never gotten to hear your side of the story.
Set some facts straight.
Get to me ASAP, bro.
I'm worried about you.
Tell us your truth.
Let's have a real chat as boys, though. Like, what to go on, my boy? I'm hearing word on the street that things are lit.
What's happening, Jack?
It sucks that this is upload number 1, but let's get straight into it. Let's address the elephants in the room. Yes, I was once married. And here's the story.
I'll never regret meeting you. You were the best mistake I have ever made.
Hey everybody, welcome to TK Chats, and I am TK. And we're gonna start by getting into the deep stuff. Here's a story on how I was married. So though there's a small group of people who kind of know my background, but for those who are watching for the first time, here is a quick background. When I was in high school, I gave my life to Jesus. Yes, I am a firm believer of Jesus, and from there, it kind of set the trajectory for where I was going with my life and the things I wanted to do. With that being said, I started doing a lot of things like I was hectically spiritual. I said I'm not going to date anymore. What else did I say? I had a weird phase where I stopped listening to hip hop, even though I loved writing, and I mean I write now and I'm back into it. I love hip hop. I listen to hip hop now, but there were weird phases where I did weird and probably non-conventional things that a lot of people did not understand. So during my high school time and my faith-based walk, there were a lot of things that happened. But particularly, I met a girl which I grew up with from primary school, but we were never friends. We never connected until closer to the end of my matric year, where we started noticing each other. And I think it's basically because we both noticed values that were the same. I felt she loved Jesus as much as I loved Jesus, and at the time that was the only thing that mattered. I was looking for a lady who just wanted Jesus and wanted to do this ministry thing, also wanted to like really change the world. And I met this great woman. She's still a great woman now, but even in her time then was like this is all I wanted. We basically from there, I mean, we're in the same church. We basically did ministry together. We were great friends. And in my immaturity, I guess I thought this is all I wanted, and this made sense. We went from friends to dating. We took it to the pastors, and my pastor at the time knew that I'm kind of serious with this. This is not like other flukes or other things I've been involved in before. I think this is the person I want to be with, and this is where the boat really started shaking, where I really had to investigate my life, but I didn't. I was really foolish and immature, and I was really hurtful. Fast forward to getting married, or the time closer to marriage, I realized, or something, I don't know, I realized that maybe this wasn't what I wanted. Maybe I enjoyed the hype of the idea of love, and because we were such great friends, because we connected so well, at the time it just made sense that we should get into it. I don't necessarily want to talk about the structures or possible influences that may have played a role, because I take the full blame on me in getting involved or promising dreams that I couldn't fulfill because it wasn't dreams I wanted to fulfill for myself. And I think that was probably the critical mistake I made that hurt the people around me. So we eventually got married, but even before we got married, I realized this wasn't what I wanted. And in my stupidity and in my immaturity, I blew up this idea of what TK is supposed to be to the people, especially within the scope of the church. In my mind, TK is a really strong leader, and he can't back out of something he promised. And people are watching. There are people he's influenced that are watching him, That's the idea I blew up in my mind. And even though I lived according to the expectations I created within myself, and maybe there were expectations from people, I don't know. No one really raised that. But I think I created my own expectations and thought there's no way I can jump out now because she's in it, people are in it, people are happy, but this is not what I want. And I just went through with it. And this is the lesson I could basically gather from that is, if you're not, how do I put it? Let me put it like this. Sometimes people and relationships aren't bad and they're not toxic. But if it's a place you don't want to be at, you'll end up becoming the toxic person. And you'll end up infecting and hurting the people you never intended to hurt. Let's face it, as humans, we don't grow up with evil intentions hoping to hurt the person we think we like or fall in love with. It's just, and I can't say by luck, I changed and I became really terrible. I must say I was a real bad husband. Yeah, we were married for 6 years. I was a bad husband for basically 6 years, and I was really hurtful. When I say hurtful, I don't mean like physically abusive or whatever, but my behavior was so destructive within the marriage, there was no way it was gonna last, especially taking into consideration that this was a place I didn't want to be in. And I ended up not just hurting her, I hurt other people. I was really trashy. And now that I'm sharing this with you because I can boldly say I'm not the person I used to be. We're no longer married. And I think I probably need to clear the fact that there was nothing wrong with her. She was a great person. She is a great person. She's always going to be a great person. There were great friends around us, great people who were in support of us, and they were under the assumption that we are all in this and maybe we just have ups and downs like every other relationship. But I had to be honest with myself eventually and go and just tell the truth for the first time in my life. I lived 10 years as a coward. We were dating for 10 years and we were married for 6. And for most of it, I was a coward. I played and I performed the role of who TK is. And in being a coward, I was more destructive. And I think sometimes we like to separate the idea of being a coward as someone who always pulls away and doesn't do anything. But you can be destructive even in your cowardice ways. And that was me. Yeah, I am not proud of it, but I'm proud of who I am becoming now. And I think that's the story. That's all I want to kind of say. If you're not in a place you don't want to be in, you'll become a toxic person. You'll be the toxic person. You could be the toxic person in a good situation. And if it's a place you don't want to be in, get out and be honest. That's probably the lesson that one could possibly learn from a guy who didn't do this right. So I'm trying to get this out the way as quick as possible because I don't like talking about this, but I'm gonna do this for you. In the next upload or two, I'm gonna allow you guys to ask questions about marriage, relationships, dating, healing, recovery, all that stuff. And I'll try my best to answer them in the next upload. So leave your questions in the comment section below. Please remember to subscribe, like. I know some people are probably gonna start sharing and go, yo, this guy is a dog. Yeah, I've got it all. Listen, when you know you were the villain, you kind of accept your fate. But you grow past that and you don't stay where you are. So this is me. This is TK Chats. It's the first time I'm really opening up about this publicly. If you have questions regarding marriage, dating, relationships, you can even make it personal. Put in the comments. I will try to reply to every comment as good as possible. And after the part 2 of this, I don't necessarily think I want to discuss this again, but if it does necessarily need a part 3, I will bring it. There are a lot of other things I would love to do with you guys, but I don't necessarily want this channel to be a deep channel. There's some fun stuff, some cool stuff, some reactionary things I wanna bring up. But please remember, we're starting a family, we're starting a whole trip, this is a whole journey. Please remember to subscribe. My name is TK, this is TK Chats, and I will see you next time.